Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I want to talk about manifesting by a specific date, a certain date. Can you do that? How do you do that? All of that jazz. So the answer to the first question is yes. You absolutely can manifest by a specific date. So the best way that I have found to do it is, like, let's say instead of saying let's say like by the 19th, instead of saying so-and-so is going to text me by the 19th or whatever it is, but just using a text as an example, if so-and-so is going to text me by the 19th, instead of saying that, you can say, again, act kind of as if it's in the present, as if it's already happening. So you can say, I'm so grateful that it's the 19th and so is texting me or whatever. So I would kind of frame it in that way. So the only reason why I'm a little bit hesitant is because I also feel like instead of manifesting by a specific date, you can also just say that it's happening instantly. It's happening right now. Because you can go and say, my manifestations always come instantly. I never have to wait for my manifestations to come to life. Or I never have to wait to see my manifestations. Or so-and-so is always conforming to what I want. I never have to wait for them to conform to my manifestations. Because you can also be delaying your manifestation by setting a specific date, because maybe it's something that you could have had sooner. Maybe you're giving it like a month timeline because you're like, oh, well, it's going to take that long maybe to get it. But if you just affirm that it's going to happen right away, then it'll happen right away, because why wouldn't it? Again, that's your assumption. Your reality is a direct reflection of your thoughts. So if you assume that it's going to happen right away and it's going to come to you very quickly, then it will. So you can definitely manifest by a specific date. Again, just framing it to where I'm so excited that it's the 19th and so is coming to see me. I'm so excited that it's the 20th and so is always texting me. Or again, like I mentioned in another video, you can kind of say things in the past tense. So I was so excited yesterday when so texted me. So you can kind of put a timeline on it that way. But again, if you just affirm that it's happening instantly for you, or I always see, like, my manifestations always come to me instantly. I always see results overnight. That's something that I'm always affirming, and my manifestations are literally happening overnight. So that I would say is an even better route than manifesting by a certain date. But you can absolutely do that. Again, it's just all about what you assume. So if you, like, let's say, you're like, oh, well, my manifestations always happen overnight. They always happen instantly. And you're questioning that. And you're like, oh, well, I haven't talked to this person in 6 months. Like, I haven't, whatever it is. And it seems unrealistic to you. Then it's not going to happen, because you are not even saying that it's realistic. You are questioning it. If you just pivot your thoughts, if you just change your thoughts, there's no reason why you can't have what you want overnight. There's no reason why you can't have it overnight. You are the only person that is stopping that by your doubts and by you affirming negative thoughts. Well, this is like, again, that's actually another thing that I was going to say. You can say too, for things that are more unrealistic to you, you can say, it was literally so crazy how that manifested overnight for me. Like, whatever it was, like, it was literally so crazy. Like, I was affirming it one day and then like the next day it showed up. Again, these are things that I've said. These are things that have happened. So absolutely you can manifest by a specific date, but I would just argue that you can manifest even quicker, even faster. So I would assume that you would want to go that route. Also, let's say that you're like manifesting something for a specific date. Like, let's say, I'm trying to think of other like timeline type things. So let's say you have like an important test or something. You can say, I was so excited when I passed that test. Or I thought it was crazy when I passed that test on that day, or whatever. You don't even have to say on that day. You can just say that it already happened. But like, if it's something in the future that you know is going to happen, or like, I had a question to somewhere about somebody was in a competition or going to compete for something, and just affirm that you like won the competition or you performed how you wanted to in that competition. Whatever you want the outcome to be, just say that it already is. And time really at that point doesn't matter, but affirm that it's happening instantly. And again, with time, it kind of gets a little bit blurred, because then if it doesn't come by a specific date, then people start getting discouraged. They start thinking that it doesn't work. They give up, and they are affirming all the negative thoughts in the world. So it's not going to come. So that would be another tip for, I guess, if you wanted to manifest by a specific date, don't leave room for it not happening. Do not leave room for it not happening. Don't think, oh, what if it's like the 20th and I wanted something on the 19th and it's not here? Like, then what? And let's say that did happen. That meant that you were having some sort of negative thoughts, but at that point, it would kind of make you realize that you were having negative thoughts that you maybe didn't even know that you were having, if that makes sense. Like, maybe the 19th comes and you didn't get your manifestation. You're like, well, why didn't it come? That just meant that you had some sort of blockage, some sort of negative thoughts that you were still affirming surrounding it, and that's why it didn't come. So take that time, take it as a learning moment, and be like, okay, well, I really need to like hunker down and not affirm any negative thoughts, because I know that I can make this happen for myself. You are the only thing that's in the way of your manifestations. Circumstances do not matter. Circumstances are not in your way. It is you that is in your way. If you're saying that circumstances matter, or if you're reacting to circumstances, then of course they're going to get in your way. But again, that goes back to you. I highly recommend watching the self-concept video that is probably going to be up by the time this is up. So definitely recommend watching that. But the short answer is yes. You can manifest by a specific date, but you can manifest even quicker. And the philosophy for both is that you have to know that it's going to happen. Like, you have to assume that it's going to happen, because again, why wouldn't it? So if you want to manifest something overnight, why wouldn't you be able to? If you want to manifest something by a specific date, why wouldn't you be able to? You're the only person saying that you can't. You're the only factor saying that you can't. Again, circumstances don't matter. Time really isn't relevant. But if you want something by a specific date, you absolutely can. If you want to manifest overnight, instantly, quickly, these are all things that you can add to your affirmations. I manifest so quickly. All of my manifestations always come so quickly. I always see movement overnight. My manifestations come instantly. These are all things that you can continue to affirm that will speed up your manifestations. And yeah, so by all means, you absolutely can manifest by a specific date. You can also affirm that you manifest even sooner, because maybe you could have gotten it even quicker than if you had by your, you could have gotten it before your specific date. So whatever you want to do, either one is going to work, because you assume that it's going to work. And if you leave any room for negativity, any room for doubt, thinking, oh, well, this can't happen for me overnight, then it won't. Your thoughts become your reality. Your reality is a direct reflection of your thoughts. Whatever you assume has to be true. If you assume that you're going to get it by a specific date, you will. If you assume that it's going to come overnight, it will. If you don't assume that, if you instead assume that, oh, that's not possible, it can't happen that quick, then it won't. So that is going to wrap it up for this video. I hope that was helpful. Again, if you guys have any questions about anything, please leave it in the comments. If you guys have any suggestions for videos or any video requests or anything, please leave that in the comments too. I appreciate it so much. Your guys' comments make my day. So yeah, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe as well. I have been dropping some knowledge. I have a lot of videos planned to get people either started with manifestation and the law of assumption if they're first getting into it, or if you are already manifesting often, it'll give you tips to help you. Because we all have those days where we feel a little bit discouraged, or we have those negative thoughts creep in. I still have those days. But it's just about pivoting your thoughts, making sure you don't stay there and letting them pass, and not fixating on that either. So yeah, if you guys have any requests, questions, whatever, please let me know. Please subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you next time. Bye.